Yo guys, what's going on? It's Ranger W here with our recap for the last 3 weeks. Of course, I've missed the last 3 weeks. Been busy. Been in Hawaii, of course. Been exploring the Lola region. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm here with the three legends here.
Ooh.
I'm,
Shakalaka.
I'm here with Shaki
That was a
Kong. I'm here with
horrible
Shaki Kong and Shaki Kong and just Shaki Kong and just three Shakis. All right. I'm here with Jayreezy, of course. Levonant. Be sure to check out his YouTube video. It'll be in the links below. Be sure to like that, love it, don't dislike, like me. All right, and then we got Green as me. We had to have a fourth person, so we just got Green in here, right? What's up, Green?
Not much.
All right, so we're gonna talk
What's going
about.
on YouTube?
Yeah, we need the JYT Gamer knockoff to say something real quick. All right. All right, so I'll have Jay. All right, so since we're done that, since we got that knocks out of the way, I'm gonna have Jay just talk about a little bit of the last 3 weeks. Since of course he was playing the last 3 weeks before being eliminated from the playoffs a few weeks ago.
Woohoo.
The last 3 weeks they've been they've been pretty wild. As you all know, if you guys kept up with the Unival region, it was a pretty tight race for that last spot. And unfortunately, your boys suffered a loss to the Flygons, or I don't know who I suffered a loss to, but nonetheless, we suffered a loss, so we got kicked out of the playoffs. But, you know, I mean, overall, it was a pretty good season, 6-7. It's just under 50%, so it was a pretty good season, you know, with a team full of leftover mons. And overall, it was just pretty good, just around the league, for not just for me but for everybody. I wouldn't say the same about Jets, but you know.
Just calling Jets out, man. All right. Yeah, I would definitely say it was a decent league. Last 3 weeks, not too much craziness happened. I feel like the playoff seeds were predicted like long time ago. Like we knew this was going to be the playoff teams here. So at this point, of course, week 1 of the playoffs, aka the quarterfinals, whatever you'd like to call them, have been played. Baltimore Blastoise faced off against Philadelphia Flygons, and the Royal Gardevoirs faced off against the Winnipeg Aquajets. Let's talk about those matches. We could have Green and Levo talk about those if you want. Or actually, let's have Levo talk about the Baltimore Blastoise facing off against the Flygons. What was your input throughout that match, and what did you think about it? Anything special before we went?
Holy cow. I mean, you know, just the fact that Mesbrit, I mean, I thought Hero was going to win for quite a while because his Mesbrit put in some serious work in the early part of the match, and I almost tweeted that out, you know, because Alan was asking me to watch the match and talk about it, and I almost texted, you know, him in Discord, and I was like, dude, that Mesbrit got you so hard, and then he found the perfect counter for it. You know, he took his time and found the right counter for it.
Yeah.
And you know, there was plenty of awkwardness. I mean, he kept spamming that Miss Magnus mystical fire. I didn't understand that why he was doing that, but he came back and put in work with Gardevoir, getting the wishes up in the right time, getting everything working right. It was super excellent to watch that match, and he put in that work with the Gardevoir to get the win at the end. It was super excellent.
It was a great match. Thank you, Leva, for just summarizing. Yeah, we're gonna watch that, guys. So don't worry about that. We're gonna give our expert opinion we're gonna give our expert opinion of the replay, and then Jay, I'm gonna have you talk about a little bit about the Winnipeg and Royal Gardevoirs, how you thought that match went, just a little bit about it, and then we'll get to the matches themselves.
I just got delivered cupcakes.
Thank you, Green. All right, Jay, what do you think about that match, man? Just real quick, like you could talk about it, want to, or some mons you thought came, whatnot. What were you thinking about it? Jay? Jay? You there?
Jay had to go use the friendship banner.
It's okay, man. I'll talk about it a little bit, man. It was a good match. It was a close match. Kind of confused about some of the mons. They're not confused, but like kind of confused about one of the sets he ran. I like the skill swap. Like I love the skill swap on one of. I forget what mon it was. Had skill swap. But a few of the mons I was confused about. Like the Sableye. I kind of wanted to see a Calm Mind War between Ring and Nicholas. I believe Sableye would have won that in the end because of course you get the stab, Shadow Ball or Dark Pulse or whatever you go for. Yeah, I really think that could have helped. Utility Sableye kind of questionable, but at many times throughout that match, it was lost, I believe, for X-Virgo. At least in my head, I thought it was lost. And then, you know what, he showed that it wasn't lost, and he kind of came back. He came back every turn, like, took his time a bit on every turn. I don't know if you were there for the live battle. I know someone might have been. But he took his time. He did it. I mean, it was a good season. I mean, it was. What else can I say? It was a good battle. Yeah, so we're going to get to...
Battle.
Yeah, it was a long battle. So Jay is still gone. Sorry about that, guys. Jay just left. He just dipped. He used teleport real quick on us. Green, at least Green is still there. Green is consistent. He's consistently there.
That wild out, bro. That wild
Exactly,
out.
I'm always here.
Green is consistently there. He's just there. All right, so we're going to first watch Cali Kid and Virgo's match. We're going to give our expert opinion on the match. Of course, you know, we are experts on Pokemon just in general. Like, we know literally everything about the game. Like, there's nothing that slips through us.
Combined.
Yeah, combined. Yeah, of course. Not one of us has just the pure power. All right, so we're going to start this battle. We're going to play it on fast because this is a long battle, of course. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should check it out definitely on your own time. So he's going to lead off with the Mole Breaker. Hey, Jay, what's up? We're starting the battle, man. All right, so...
My bad. There was a family emergency. A Viper had crawled up onto our porch, and I had to go disintegrate it.
Basically, yeah.
Did you call Zangoose?
Basically, yes. Basically, we do live with real Pokemon, in case you don't know. Hopefully, Jay and Green are watching my screen. Jay and Green are watching my screen. Yeah, okay. So, Cali Kid is going to face off against X-Virgo. We're going to start that battle just in a second. We're going to start it right now. We're going to keep it on fast, because it's a long match. So he's going to lead off with the Excadrill and the Sableye. We're just going to kind of give our expert opinion right here, but I really thought he was going to set up the rocks here, because of course Sableye is the Mega Evolve turn 1, and Mold Breaker, in case you didn't know, stops Magic Bounce from happening. So Stealth Rocks would have been but would have been a really nice play to wear down some of X-Virgo's Mons. I know he does have Rapid Spin, believe, on Blastoise. But other than that, it would have been a nice play to go for the rocks. But he's going to switch out here. Go out into the Florges. Nice counters for days.
That was a smart play right there. You know, I'm kind of a huge fan of Florges, so I mean, you know, I really would have, in that opinion, right there, I would have gone for a couple Calm Minds right there just to start things off, because right off the bat, you know, it would definitely give me plenty of time, but I would also have aromatherapy satched. So I'm surprised that he didn't go for that, because you know, Florges can put in some serious work if you let it.
You're right about that. I don't know if Green has any experience using Florges. What do you think about Florges, man, as a wall or as just a Mon?
I'm not a really big fan of Florges, but sometimes I am a pretty big fan of Florges. If I'm missing like a special wall or even a defensive wall, it can take some defensive hits as well, other than like a poison jab or something. But it's actually a all-around well-built Pokemon, and props to Game Freak for making a good, well-rounded Mon.
Yeah, they did make a really well-rounded Mon in that. So for this battle, we're going to be talking about the battle and then a little talking about just Mons in general. Because, of course, you guys should check out the battle and watch it for yourself. You shouldn't be persuaded by us by any means. We'll try to give our opinion as we can, because we can't talk about everything during the match, of course. We'd take like a million years to talk about every move and every...
2.5.
2.5, especially with Levo. He takes his time talking, so... Alright, so anyway, the Reuniclus has, of course, the Magic Guard ability, so it's not affected by the burn, per se. Kind of interesting. I've seen him run Regenerator a lot and then just mixing around the abilities, but Magic Guard was the way to go this week because the burn. It just absorbed that status for days. So a lot of switch outs happen. It's kind of like just basic stuff as you can see on the screen. We'll talk about stuff as it comes along. Interesting stuff.
Honestly, I think if Virgo had run Calm Mind Mega Sableye, he would have had a lot easier time.
Yeah. I think you were taking care of the Seviper, but yeah, I didn't mention that. If he did have Calm Mind, it would have been a lot easier to deal with the rest of his team. Actually, in general, I don't think anything would have been able to break through it besides the Florges, of course. Skill swap. I love this play right here. Let's talk about that for a little bit. He went for the skill swap on the Thick Fat. Or he's going to go for V-Create afterwards, as you can see. He skill swapped the Thick Fat from Miltank. It doesn't help Victini the most, but that was a good play to beat. That was a clever play, actually. Only Virgo would run something like that. Not saying it's a bad play, but it's a really good play, man. Skill swapping that Thick Fat so it can't take a V-Create as easily. Look at that V-Create damage. It did a lot, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the T-Wave's going to be shot out, man. It's going to be like... Why does that thing get T-Wave? What the heck? It just goes with T-Wave and then Miltank. Man, Miltank is a boss, man. It's a monster defensive wall. Especially as a Tier 5. Can we talk about why it's a Tier 5? Can we talk about why we're going to change it?
Miltank needs to be like Tier 3 at most.
Yeah, it's a Tier 5 though. And he went for Stone Edge there. Really kind of questionable why he went for Stone Edge. I was kind of wondering in my head why he did, but I guess it was predicting the Stone Edge. I mean, not the Stone Edge, but the switch out into Kyurem. Maybe that's what it was, but I feel like that's what it was.
You know, I was surprised I didn't see him. A move that would actually get Reuniclus right there, but that was okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Shadow Claw, I believe it gets Shadow Claw or something. Maybe a stab Acrobatics or something with that. Fling Acrobatics is a nice set to run, but I don't know if he ran it. So 47 on the Miltank. He lands a Stone Edge. Kind of got lucky. No, you don't. You get 44%. That doesn't even do over half, and it's Ice Punch. Super effective. Miltank does have a pretty decent attack. Stone Edge is going to take out the Miltank. It's going to be at 0. It's going to die. Miltank is gone. That's a defensive monster. That's a defensive monster. I believe that was his only check, or one of his only checks to Victini. It's gone. It's just straight up gone.
Yeah.
Like, Renicklis is
Now,
only one left.
Callie actually did, though, with what Virgo did on Victini, with the skill swap and the V-create afterwards, it should have given Callie plenty of ideas on how to beat Victini at that point, because he knows at that point that Victory Star is no longer in effect, so accuracy is no longer boosted. So Virgo is not going to risk it by having low accuracy moves.
Yeah, you're right. That's something you could have went for. But of course, yeah, I feel you. So Kieran Blackman, this thing is just a monster. It's a freaking legendary, just like a powerhouse legendary. He's going for the Toxic. It's going to fail. I believe he predicted a switch, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe he just went for the Toxic on the Kiram, hitting what was in front of him. He's going for Calm Mind here. Kind of just the theme throughout this battle is the Calm Mind Reuniclus, basically. I like that just kept coming and kind of going. It just kept switching in and switching out and just setting up on anything and everything. There's nothing to stop this thing, honestly. No haze or anything. I believe Blastoise does get haze, which would have been an interesting bring. Making a especially defensive Blastoise with haze to beat Reuniclus setting up. Basically, he's going to SD here. Kind of questionable. I thought he would stay in there and go for another Swords Dance and then Earthquake and then Earthquake his way to victory possibly, which could have been a really good play, but I don't know if he had Earthquake because he never went for it, I don't believe. So yeah,
I think his only attacking move was Stone Edge.
Yeah, kind of interesting to only bring Stone Edge, but you know, Stone Edge is really good move to hit things like Kieran Black, and you don't get walled by Charizard, of course, 'cause he does have Charizard Y on his team. Or Callie does, but he didn't bring it this week. So Poison Heal, it's a really good ability, not gonna lie, on Gliscor. Just heals that thing up to monster heights. He's going for the Moonblast, not gonna do too much there. So, yeah, basically, that's how this match goes, man. It's basically back and forth. Just Scald, you know, it's kind of a long match, I'm not gonna lie. Alright.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip a few turns. Actually, we're actually gonna skip a few turns into the battle because we'll be here for days if we sit here. Let's go actually a few turns back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for anyone who wanted to watch the battle. We'll leave a link in the below so you can watch the whole battle for yourself. So you're going for the Shadow Ball. Of course, you guys all have better seen the battle if you're here. So now Shadow Ball is gonna kill this Victini. Kind of, I guess Callie, sorry, was milking his way to getting to this point where Reuniclus could win at the end. But you need to get rid of some threats like the Gliscor and just basically win from there. Other than that, that was a good game. Not gonna lie, I know all of us here, man. We love Virgo, man, because Virgo is the man who runs the streets and whatnot on our team. I don't know if you guys want to say anything to Virgo, since Virgo will be watching this battle.
Virgo, I love you.
Yeah, basically, it's basically what we have to say to Virgo.
I give props to both players because they played absolutely fantastic. To go 54 turns into a showdown battle, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable.
Both players kept up their defenses and played their offense as well. I just think Reuniclus with the Calm Mind pretty much takes out his entire team with Psychic and Shadow Ball.
All right, Jay, anything you have to say before we get to the last replay, but the next replay? Jay?
Jay's taking care of survivors again.
Jay's taking care of the survivors.
Squad.
Yeah,
it used wrap on him, and he's kind of stuck right now.
All right, guys,
so.
I don't apologize for that. Actually, that's freaking Jay. That's Jay's problem. He just left us. All right,
yeah, that's Jay. Everybody.
Yeah, that's basically Jay.
Fault. He got wrapped. It's not his fault.
He got wrapped. All right, so we're gonna get to this battle. This battle's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun. It was a more fun match. I feel like not as stally. I don't know if that's a thing to say. It was basically back and forth, pound for pound. So he's going to lead with the Mesprit. Kind of interesting lead. He's going to switch out, going to Porygon Z. Porygon Z can take any Shadow Ball, anything for days, of course. Special attack drop kind of sucks, because that would have done over 50% without the drop. Mystical Fire, he's going to keep spamming it. Mystical Fire was there for the Scizor, which didn't come this week. I think for the Psychic. Psychic's not going to do anything. He just kind of locked himself into a decent move, Mystical Fire. It's kind of half and half. I don't think anything completely resisted besides the Laddie and Deontay. So he's going for the Destiny Bond there. Kind of interesting because now Gladeonite can't kill this thing without dying, but then he worked around it and was able to do what he had to do right there and take that thing out. And so now the Porygon Z kind of sacked off there. Hero sacked that off there. So now that thing's gonna switch. It's probably locked into something. So he's gonna go for the Ice Beam. Laddie's gonna go for the Ice Beam here. Not gonna do too much to the especially defensive Gardevoir. Gardevoir's gonna go for the Moonblast. Gonna hit everything on his team for neutral or super effective damage. Mespert's gonna take that up like a hit. Take that hit like a boss.
This is probably the worst move of the game right here.
What,
right
the Stealth Rocks? You thought the Stealth Rocks?
Yeah, I mean, and when I watched this one move right here, I thought that Hero was going to have the game at this point because now literally his Staraptor's nerfed out a little bit, and Mesbert can take a hit. It's like Azelf can take a hit, and Morgana was a good mon, but I was totally scared for Alan right here at this point because of the protect fail.
Yeah, the protect was kind of interesting. The rocks, free rocks basically. So Thunderbolt's going to take that thing
and
out.
And that right there.
Oh man,
perfect move.
Perfect play.
The perfect prediction.
He's interested in Gardevoir. The rocks do punish switch-ins, like doing 13% to this thing. I mean, the Gardevoir. I'm going to be in this call by myself because they just dropped, as you could tell. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't drop them, but they dropped. So I'm just going to keep talking about this. So special attack is going to drop on the Moonblast for the Mesprit. Kind of interesting. Moonblast doesn't have the highest chance to drop special attack. I don't believe it does. So that's interesting. He's going to go for the Moonblast here. It's the best move he could go for, honestly, at this point. Moonblast, they're asking what happened. Sorry about that. I just got to keep this video going because I don't know how to pause it, honestly. Alright, so he's going to go out into his Deontay. Mega Deontay's going to be up in there. This Regenerator is a monster, man. Alomomola is a monster. It didn't take that too well, though, honestly. He's going to switch out here. He's going to go for the Earth Power. It's going to do pretty decent match. I would have went for the. I probably would have went for the. Sorry, he's probably predicting the switch on to Heatran. That's why. And then the freaking leftovers is gonna heal up the Gardevoir. The Moonblast is gonna do a ton of damage to that to the Deontay. I'm gonna go for the Protect here. Moonblast. Just kind of back and forth between two powerhouse parries here. Now that the Deontay was weakened, it can't take like any hit at this point, like any hit from Lando or anything at this point. You go for the Flash Cannon here. I really thought from the looks of it, Hero had this match won at this point. Like at least I believe. You go for the Hidden Power, predicting a switch out into Lando, kind of interesting. He's gonna go for the Earth Power here. If you went for the Hidden Power here, it would have been just a monster play right here. But you go for the Earth Power, trying to hit the Heatran in front of him. Just made a few misplays, and then he predicted to switch out to Heatran again. Not the best move to make there, but can't blame him for that. But at this point, still, Hero had this match in the bag. I believe he did, because he gets to switch out into Alomomola here. He's going to switch out into Alomomola here. He's going to switch out to Lando. Going to Intimidate. Kind of interesting. He's going to set up a Spice to punish the switch-ins, like the Heatran. He's going to go for the Rock Slide. Not the Rock Slide, but the Rock Polish. He's going to go for the Gravity here to make sure he hits that Laddie with the EQ. Really smart play by Generator Teams, aka Alan, bringing Gravity to knock down his monster Earth. Basically, he's gonna go for the Hidden Power. I believe that's Hidden Power flying. It did KO. Kind of interesting running Hidden Power on that. He's gonna go for Earthquake. Since this thing outspeeds everything at this point, it's gonna kill the Landorus. So right here, this is the biggest play of the match right here. I believe it's here. So he's gonna switch out into his Deontay. When in reality, he could have stayed in with the Laddie and killed this Heatran with I believe 2 Shadow Balls. Not 2 Shadow Balls. He could have killed it. He could have killed it though if he would have stayed in. So that's gonna be GG's. That's gonna be end of. We just watched the 2 replays, of course. It's gonna be the end of Hero and Virgo's season. Both of them played really well throughout the regular season. Kind of a shame to see them leave after such a just 1 week, man. So next week, your Braviars will be facing off against, I believe, Generator Teams. Yes, Generator Teams and the Philadelphia Flyguns. We played them once earlier all this season, like week 4, I believe, maybe earlier, week 4 or 5. But we weren't able to pick up the win. Hopefully, we can try some different sets. Maybe catch him off surprise. Hopefully, it doesn't bring Rocky Helmet or Momola. And that's gonna be it, guys. I'll sign out on behalf of Jay, Levo, and Green. See you guys later. Peace.